Alright, today we're going to program a Rainbird ESP-LX timer. Open it up. Alright. First we need to set the time. So we're going to go put the switch over to time calendar. And that's how we make our adjustment. It's blinking on the hour right now, so we use our up and down arrows to adjust that. Just like that. We're on AM. Kind of hard to see there, but let's make sure it's on AM or PM. Well, right now it is 10:15. So we got 10 o'clock, we got the hour. Now you hit the manual start advance button. That'll take you to the minutes. Hit your up arrow till we get to 15. Okay, 10:15 AM. Now we're going to set the date. Hit manual start. Alright, 21 January 08. That is the right date, but if we did need to adjust it, say it was February, just go up to February, and go up to March, adjust it however you need it. We're going to go back down to January. Now to adjust the date, you hit manual start. It brings you to the date right here. You can adjust it up or down, put it on the correct date. We're going to put it back on 21st, that's what it is. Manual start again will take you to the year. It is 2008. If it was 09, let's go up to 09, 10, and so on. Go back down to 08. And that's the time. Now we're going to go ahead and program it for the days of the week we want it to run. So put the switch over to Monday. We want it on Monday. We're going to run it for Monday, Wednesday, Friday. If we wanted Monday off, you would just hit the down arrow or off button. Pretty simple. We'll put Monday on. Now you switch over to Tuesday. Tuesday on, we're going to take Tuesday off. Go to Wednesday. Wednesday's on, so we're going to leave it on. Thursday's on, we want that off. Friday's on, we'll leave that on. And Saturday, off. Sunday, off. So now we've got it running for Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Now we're going to go to number 1. Oh, I'm sorry, it's on 7. So we have to put our switch over to 1 through 6 on the stations. Okay, that brings us to 1. And what these represent, these numbers 1 through 12, are the zones on your sprinkler system. Number 1 we want to run for 15 minutes. So we'll up that to 15. And we'll go to number 2. Zone 2 we want at 30 minutes. Adjust that to 30. 3 we'll put it 15. 4 we also need at 15. And you do this for every zone. Program 5 how you need it, 6 how you need it. And to go to 7, you go all the way back to 1 right here. Then you put your station switch over to the pink where it says 7 through 12. Now we can adjust 7 through 12. 8, you do the same thing all the way till you have all your zones programmed. Now let's say we don't have a zone 12 here. We don't need it to run. You just take this time all the way down to 0. Now nothing will run on zone 12. We're going to go over to watering start times here. There's a blank spot in the middle, so if you see it say blank, just go to water, hit your knob over one little notch, go to watering start time. Alright, first start time here, it says 8 o'clock. We're going to run it a little bit earlier, so you hit your manual start button. We're going to go down. It goes in 15-minute increments. We're going to start our system at 6 a.m. Okay, now, first start time's at 6 a.m. Now if you need a second, third, or fourth start time, you can do that. You just use this up arrow here. Oh, I'm sorry. You hit manual start first, where 1 is flashing. You can go to 2. Say we need a second start time in the afternoon. Go ahead, manual start again. And we're going to run it at 4 in the afternoon. That's 4 a.m., so you got to make sure to keep going. $15, $30, 4 p.m. Now our second start time's at 4 p.m. We'll hit manual start again. To go to start time 3, we don't need a third or fourth start time right now, so we're going to leave those off. Now this is your master valve pump select. Now if you're on city water and you don't have a master valve, you really don't need to mess with this. But if you're on a pump or a city water system that has a master valve, you need to make sure all the zones are on. It comes on by default. So as you see here, it's already on. Say you needed to shut the master valve off for a particular zone, you would just go manual start and off. Now the master valve is off for zone 5. You probably don't need to adjust this setting at all. Like I said, the default comes to on. So we're going to move on here. Rain delay. This is a neat feature. If it's going to rain all week or for 3 days straight and you want it off, you can adjust it to have it off for 3 days. Now the system would be off for 3 days. After 3 days, it'll go back to automatic. We're going to take that off because we don't need that feature right now. Time calendar, I've already shown you to begin with. We got the correct time. Cyclic schedule. Now custom is what we use because custom is for days of the week. That's if you want it to run Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Tuesday, Thursday, or however you want it to run. Alright, we're on custom. We want to do a cyclic. You put this switch over here to cyclic. Alright, cyclic is, say we want it to run every other day. You put that to 2, now it'll run every 2 days. Go up to 3, it'll run once every 3 days. 4, 5, run once every 5 days. Most people use the custom schedule that we first had it set on. That way you can do days of the week. Another thing you can do, go all the way over to the left here, and it'll set, oh, there we go. Now it'll run on odd days. That's good if you have a water restriction and you're only allowed to water on odd days. Or you can also go to even days. Now it'll run on every even day. So we're going to put it back to custom. Okay. Now next here is a test program. If you want to go through your sprinklers and see every zone for a couple minutes, this is a good feature to use. You can have every zone on for 2 minutes. That's the default. So you need a little bit longer. We'll do a test for 5 minutes. Now what you would do is hit the manual start button. And now what it's going to do is test every zone. Zone 1 will run for 5 minutes, 2 will run for 5 minutes, and so on. Okay, this last feature here is called water budget. It's normally 100% by default. Now if you need to cut all your watering times in half, you can set it to 50%. Now a zone that was programmed for 20 minutes will run for 10 minutes. A zone that was programmed for 30 will run for 15 minutes. You can also go the opposite way and go all the way up to 200%. Now a zone that was programmed for 10 minutes will run for 20. A zone that was programmed for 30 will run for an hour. It's just a simple way of adjusting the times quickly without going to each individual zone. We're going to set it back on 100%. Now this is off. When that's blinking and it's in the off position, the clock will not run no matter what you have it programmed for. So you want to leave it on auto, and that's automatic. It'll run for Monday, Wednesday, Friday for the times we programmed it for.